So I'm gonna put this one up. Straight up moonshine from Popcorn Sutton.
Cool. Place it on the table.
Spelled with 2 K's. One away. We're getting a little close there, guys.
This was the South. These were purchased in the South. So.
Welcome to the Joystick Show, episode 244. We've got a real special one for you today because we have a guest on this episode. That's right. Switch to the master cam. We are here with Jason Voorhees, famed serial killer known from the Friday the 13th movies. Apparently, he's sporting a sick hairdo now. I thought he was bald most of the time and had a really veiny head. But
I think that was for the movies. They made him bald, you know. But he has hair in real life.
Does he? He doesn't speak, right? I mean, do you speak? Hold on, wait. Move your head like you're talking.
Wait,
Wait. Yeah, see, perfect. Got it. Can we unmask you now? It's Joey! Oh my god! Who the fucking thought it?
And I wouldn't have gotten away with it if it weren't for you fucking kids!
Welcome back, Joe. It's been a minute. It's nice to have you back. And welcome to the Joystick Show. We're all here, full table.
Full table.
It is Friday the 13th, so it's a special day.
Yeah, that's why I bought the mask.
This is a holiday.
It's not just random.
How many Friday the 13th do we get in a year? Is it like a specific
There's been a
thing?
lot lately. The last few years, hasn't there been a lot?
The last few years have been about like up to 3 to 2.
Huh.
Yeah.
I never knew that. Like, I didn't know if it was like a thing where it falls like a specific amount every year or not. But yeah, I asked that because, like you said, I feel like there's been one every 3 months or something like that.
And I'm sure you find out because of me.
It's like, not just that. It's like even
Friday
working
the
at a
13th.
school, you know, the kids are always like, yo, Friday the 13th is coming up. Everyone's going to die. And you're like, that's not what that means, kid.
Yeah.
I always associate it with bad luck.
Yeah, that's, you know. And not even that. It's not real. You know?
Yeah.
It's just a fucking
Yeah,
day.
word. It's just a number.
But regardless, welcome to the Joystick Show. Fucking, if you want to help us out, like this episode of the Joystick Show and subscribe to Team Joystick. It's going to be a fun one. Lots to talk about. Starting with Joey, I guess you should probably get into what we're going to be doing throughout this episode.
Yeah, so I've been gone from the podcast for quite some time. It's because, we'll get into that, but one of the main things was because I was traveling to Tennessee. So in Tennessee, there's a moonshine distillery as well as a whiskey place. And I brought back a lot of liquor for us to try. So I brought a bunch of shot glasses. I'm going to introduce what I bring out once in a while. Mm-hmm. But do you want to start off with probably the worst tasting one?
I don't care, you know. Like,
all I will say
we've
is
been
that,
down this roller coaster.
So there is,
before.
guy, just to put like my point of POV into perspective, like that matters. But there is he has like a cooler. Yeah. It's like an actual like bag.
I'll take a picture.
He took like it's like a miniature version of my Uber Eats bag, like literally, and it's like branded. And I want to say that there's at least like 5 different colors of alcohol in here. So
it's colorful in there.
It's like it's a rainbow in there.
I'm happy I had a calzone before this. Hopefully, it will soak up the majority of this.
Like imagine like an olive-colored rainbow. You know.
Also, I don't remember what episode it was. I think it was like 90 or something. But I'll link it if you want to check out the first time we did this.
It was fun.
9 shots of whiskey, and one of us, I won't say who, filled up a cup with liquid from his intestines. So we'll leave it at that.
At one point, this will not be able to happen. You know?
Like at an
age. It'll be like when we hit 40, it's like, you know, any doctor would be like, yeah, don't do this.
It's not
don't
good
do that.
I would want to start with the worst one, but I don't want to do that to you guys. Let's start off with something good. Like it's a good tasting flavor at least. And then we'll work to the worst one.
I can appreciate that.
So right here we got our first whiskey. This is a strawberry lemonade whiskey. So if you guys want to try that. Out of all the whiskeys that were like very fruity tasty, I liked this one the most. So,
wow. Fun fact: there is a strawberry lemonade vodka that a hockey player makes called Pink Whitney's. That shit makes me vomit every time. It's like, you know, it's 40% alcohol, but it tastes like pink lemonade. You know.
All right, so we're starting with a strawberry lemonade whiskey, and
That's
I have
weird.
the biggest one. Awesome.
I don't
Great.
usually associate like a
Yes.
like a fruity flavor with
Your boy doesn't drink like that.
I'll do 2
Right.
sips. I'm not doing one shot. I'll be
yeah,
a
I'm not
bitch.
doing a shot all of it. That's crazy.
You're not
Yeah.
doing a shot? Fucking
Not
be a
of all.
man.
No, we can.
man.
I'm doing a shot of all.
Salud.
Salud. Strawberry lemonade. That's pleasant.
See, it wasn't that
I
bad.
feel like I don't usually associate like a whiskey with like a fruit.
With like a fruit, yeah.
Mhm. But it has the same like
Like it
components.
wouldn't be
same
my
percentage
go-to,
and everything.
but I'm not
Yeah.
mad about it, you know? Cool. Last time we did this, we rapid fired all of them in a row. So maybe we spread this one out a
Yeah,
little bit.
we like every 5-10 minutes we whip out a new one.
Maybe every segment we started off with a shot, you know? So, let's go in. That was our shot.
All right, but do we have 9 segments?
We'll make it happen, buddy. Give me the first bottle, actually. Last time we put them on the table.
Right.
We'll lay them out this time. Bam. Old Smoky. Hopefully that's not covering anybody's face. I'll try to put it right there. So.
Stand up straight.
All right, fucking Joey. Joey, I want to talk to you about your little performance. You didn't do it, but what's the
Oh,
word?
right.
You directed it. I guess.
it. Yeah.
So, tell us about this this very professional play that you put on. I'm very curious.
So I've been pretty quiet about it. I think on the pod, I don't think I've ever spoken about it, but I was directing a 5th to 8th grade school play.
Mm-hmm.
In my college, they told me about buying the rights to a play and all this stuff. So I just wanted to find a cheap play because my school is not like fancy, and we bought the play called "The Day the Internet Died." It's about a small town that basically crashes out for various reasons as to why they can't. There's no Uber Eats. There's no way to be mean to people without being face to face. So one guy wears a paper bag on his head and runs around and insults people. My experience as a theater teacher did not start very well. It didn't start well. I had the auditions, I gave the casting, and I was kind of already preparing for maybe some kids I didn't want this role, to which there wasn't a lot. But then I see one kid crying in the corner, and I'm kind of is he okay? So I tell my co-director, who, thank God for her, oh my gosh, she definitely made the job easier. I was like, could you check on him? Make sure, because I don't want to stop and put attention to him, but I'm worried about what's wrong. So once that scene we were done reading, I said, all right, let's go on to the next scene. I went to her, I was like, what happened? She was like, he's crying because he doesn't want to be here. His mom's forcing him. He goes, all he does is play home and play video games.
that's my guy right there, bro.
I was like, fuck, man.
I think you got a future esports athlete on your
Yeah.
hands. And you gotta
a
do a
future
pivot.
Let's Player.
Yeah.
But I was at first I was like, fuck, man. I studied theater. I was doing with theater with a lot of people my age, and I was and now I'm here with a kid crying because he's my mom's forcing me to be here. I was but as the rehearsals went on, at first I was let's just get this shit done.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the show going. As it went on, I kind of grew to have appreciation of being a theater teacher and seeing them excited. We were 2 rehearsals till showtime, and some kids were still off book, to which as an actor that was upsetting me. I was like, guys, you have a page of lines. Why are you still not off book? But the show went on, no problems, and I was just I took it day by day. All the backstage crew, shout out to this one kid who a prop fell on the stage, and I said, well, that's gonna stay there the entire show. No one's gonna get it. During a scene change, he went in like he was a character, picked it up and walked off, and I was like, way to go,
Tony for that motherfucker.
His name does start with a T, so T, you good shit, bro. That was awesome.
Give
Big
it Tony
T,
the
bro.
T. Holy shit.
Big T.
It was a stuffed duck.
I was also going to say, was it a full circle moment for you, considering you did middle school theater on that same exact stage with me nonetheless?
It is, yeah. I didn't realize until they told me, we made bios for all the kids, and they said, we would like a bio from you as the director. And I was like, all right. So I started writing, and I think it was my mother that was like, you performed on that stage. I was like, word, I did.
Fiero and Bach, bitch. What's up?
7th grade.
I like to think that your mom was actually so poetic about it. She wasn't just like, oh, Joe, you did this. She was like, oh, you were destined from the age.
To be honest, that's not far-fetched from what my mother would have done.
She
I
made
can't
it
remember.
so poetic.
Breathe
right?
this moment in.
But it was good, seeing the aftermath of what felt so long and tedious. But I kind of liked when the show was done, the curtains closed. I heard all of them chanting behind the stage like theater club, like get shaking chairs and being like mad hyped. So I was like, oh, I'm glad they had fun. They gave me a gift. They all signed a paper that someone had to have written, but it was very bittersweet. And they were talking to me. I was like, would you want to do this again? I already complained to my boss a lot. I'm like, this is stressful, not gonna lie. But she says, you're not obligated to do it again, but I think I'll do it again. But because GTA comes out in spring, we're doing a Christmas show. So we're doing a Christmas Carol. So I don't got to worry about
ahead.
it.
He's like, I'm setting time away to play
dead
GTA
ass.
6.
GTA 6 over this play. So we're doing a Christmas Carol. Being a theater teacher is hard. Being any kind of teacher is hard. But it was an interesting experience.
Hey, we're almost, well, I'm done, but you're almost done, pal. And then we got the summer ahead of us. So.
Hell yeah. Oh my gosh. I got one week left. 1 week left.
Word. You guys going on vacation summer?
No. I mean, you're going away, right?
Greece.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
I got to go to Greece again.
I'm going to Florida.
End of the
to
month.
Be with my family for 2 weeks. But I'm also looking into probably going somewhere with Nicole. Just to go somewhere I actually want to go.
And I'm throwing a blowout barbecue for the homies.
Let's go.
I wouldn't call it that.
Oh, it's gonna be.
We're gonna blow.
I can't call it a blowout
We're gonna
barbecue.
blow out these backs, guys. We're gonna do it.
Blow out my homies' backs. All right. Before we're gonna get into chapter 2 now, so you want to swing out bottle 2? And while Joey's swinging, well, first of all,
this the bad one?
What do we?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
Oh, it's just normal. Okay.
I don't like that it's clear.
It's
All
just
right.
the normal one. Yeah.
What is this, moonshine?
It's just
This
straight
is
up
better than
moonshine.
last
Hey, let's
time's
just get it
worst
over
one.
with.
Hey,
Come on.
it's only 50. It's only 100 proof.
Give me
It's only
that.
50%.
Didn't
guys.
Joey bring like a jalapeno one last time?
That was the worst one.
Exactly.
That was the one
This
that
is better
made
than
you.
that.
There is no jalapeno, nothing spicy, because I
Thank
remembered
God.
like none of you.
There was
fucked
like
with
two
Because you
spicy.
tricked us, asshole. It was the last one. We all thought we were fucking getting over the hill. Anyway, while Joey pours us our moonshine shot, I went to the movies.
Yeah.
I actually went to the movies a couple times this week, but
Bitch.
I went specifically yesterday by myself. It's the first time I've been to a movie by myself since I went to go watch Everything Everywhere All at Once in like 2020. But before we get into that, I guess let's salute this one real quick. I'm not looking forward to this.
Salute.
I'm just gonna real quick.
Oh, do not smell it.
I'm not. I'm just gonna drink it real quick.
Do not smell it.
That'll put some hair on your chest.
The best way to drink that is fast. Fast.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh,
Tastes-
that's
it
not
tastes
terrible.
like it's like
It's not horrible.
It's
but
not terrible, which is why I liked it and bought
it
it.
doesn't taste clear. It tastes like it's like a black sludge.
It tastes foggy, like you're drinking a fog.
tastes like what I imagine paint thinner would taste
Yeah,
like.
it's definitely chemical,
Yeah.
So-
but like not bad chemical.
So I'm gonna put this one up. Straight up moonshine from Popcorn Sutton.
Cool. Place it on the
Liquor.
table.
Spelled with 2 K's. One
away.
We're getting a little close there, guys.
This was the South. These were purchased in the South. So.
All right. No, I went to go see Ballerina last night. It was a cool experience. I went to Atlas. Had the whole movie theater practically to myself. It was like 6 other people. But if you're not familiar, Ballerina is the newest movie in like the John Wick franchise universe. It follows a character played by Ana de Armas, who, spoiler alert. Put it right there, bam, bam. If you don't want to have this movie spoiled for you, skip to the next chapter where we'll probably be a little bit drunker. So the movie is fucking dope. The whole spiel of it, if you've seen a John Wick movie before, it's a vengeance action film, right? And it looks beautiful. So in this one, they don't kill her dog, they don't steal her car, but they do kill her dad when she's a little kid. And you basically come to find out that her dad was part of the Rumaroska, or the Roma Ruska, which is basically the family that John Wick belongs to and, does crime for, essentially. So the way it ties into that is, I don't know if you guys have seen John Wick 3, but there's like a whole part in that where he goes to visit the director, who's this woman that runs like the ballet theater thing.
Yeah.
So basically how the movie starts is it cuts to that scene in 3, but they filmed a new part where she gets to meet John Wick face to face and they have a little bit of a dialogue, and then it goes forward with her story. And she finds out that the men who killed her father when she was a little girl have this mark on their wrist that matches the mark of a group of men she kills when she's an adult, and she immediately goes to the director to try to find answers, like, who are these people? These are the same people that killed my dad. Long story short, the big reveal is that the group that killed her dad are essentially a group that act outside of the table. So they're essentially, instead of like a crime family, they're a cult. So they don't just kill, for purpose, they kill for sport and stuff like that. On top of that, the creator of the tribe made it with the intention to give like a free life to people who once lived, you know, the criminal underground life. So the idea is that there's this town that lives in the mountains or whatever, and it's just full of all these citizens who seem to be normal people, but in reality are all like mini John Wicks. Like they're all super deadly trained assassins, and they even like raise their kids to be assassins as well. So that's kind of the spiel of the movie. And I don't want to spoil too much else except like for that, other than the trailer also shows that John is in the film, which is really cool. But the movie itself, like realistically, I think it's better than John Wick 2. I think I would at least rank it better than that. I would
better than the John Wick 2 or better than John Wick 2?
Shut up, Joe. John Wick the number 2. Maybe 1, maybe 3. I'm being honest. Like it was really fucking good. The action is like on par with 4 for like best in the series. The cinematography part, like, you know how usually the movies look really good? Like this movie still looks great, but I'd argue some of the older entries probably looked better. But the action, like I cannot stress, it's like 2 hours of just like, yes. Like it does it like, and I'm going to spoil all this shit. Anything that you can think of that Ana de Armas's character Eve could have used to kill another person, she probably used to kill.
Does she use a bottle?
I think she does. But point is, I mean, guns, knives, grenades, flamethrowers. It just feels like it feels like a video game, and every level just gets wilder.
You get like
wilder.
a new weapon.
Yeah.
It's like, here, take this.
There's a part at the end of the movie where she literally has a flamethrower fight against another guy who has a flamethrower. It's fucking insane. Funny. There's a part in the movie, it was actually one of my favorite action sequences, where if you've seen the John Wick movies, there's always a part where John goes to buy guns for his, like, you know, he goes shopping. So
I need guns.
Yeah, so she goes to go shopping, and then they kind of like mess with the expectation. So halfway through, the tribe comes in and starts shooting up the place. So it messes up the whole sequence, and she has to go immediately.
I was in the loading screen.
There's honestly a lot of that. Like there's a part earlier in the movie where she like finishes a contract, and then like she gets in her car and drives away, and the camera zooms out. But then you see a car like really far away make a sharp turn and hit her car and come back into scene. So the camera zooms. Exactly. There's a lot of that. But long story short, she's in like the gun store, and they push her into the back room, and there's all these guns, but none of them have ammunition. So she's like, fuck, what do I do? And she opens a box, and it just has like 15 grenades. So she grabs all of them, and there's just a whole action sequence where she uses frags. And it's fucking nuts. Like she's just
wild.
Boom, boom. And it's like crazy. And one of my favorite parts is there's a part where she like wraps the belt of frags around like this one guy's neck. It's super unrealistic, but that's the best part of these movies. And she pulls the pin and then jumps over a metal table while holding it. So he just fucking evaporates on the other side of the table while she gets like sent to the other side of the room. But like it's gory as fuck. It was just like boom. And I was like, what? But that was cool. And the last thing I thought was really cool was kind of the setting of the third act, which is that town in the mountains that I said. I don't know if you guys have seen Hot Fuzz, where like at the end of the movie, it's like them versus the whole town. It's literally that, but like John Wickified. So it's like actual serious action sequences and shit. And the best way I could describe it is it felt like the final level of a video game. Like it's like this fucking mountainous thing. The boss is all the way at the top. She's got to fight her way through. But the whole movie was just action nonstop. It was really well paced, and I'm gonna let my bias show here. I'm gonna give it a fat 9 out of 10, and I would seriously recommend that you go watch Ballerina. Nice. Last thing I'll also say, only thing I could think of during that movie, I was just like, yo, Ana de Armas is a badass. Like everything she put her through, all the stunt work, the fight choreography, it was genuinely like impressive. So shout outs, good movie, 9 out of 10.
I want to see the movie, but what surprised me is that my girlfriend wanted to see the movie.
Yeah, because it's girl John Wick.
She was like, I want to see it. That looks so cool. I was like, oh shit, okay, yeah.
It's Jane Wick.
Jane Wick.
Anna of Arms.
honestly, you're onto something there. All right, 3.
I don't like this.
This is moonshine.
They've all been different colors.
The other one was moonshine.
Well, this is also a flavored moonshine. This is called Blue Flame.
Huh.
Blue raspberry?
It's Blue Flame, Dylan.
Blue Flame, Dylan.
Come on.
So this is the problem because they come with like a top that makes it easy to pour shots. We're gonna do this like
I was thinking of that. There's no way that works. There's no way that works.
It's gonna work for the first one, but
no, the top is wide enough. It'll work.
It worked, bro.
Look at that. It's like I'm a genius.
Wait, is it? Hey, it's not. Is it actually blue?
It's not. It's like clear.
Is the jar blue?
The jar might be blue.
What the? They fucking fooled me.
Blue, dude.
Dad,
They fooled me.
Dad, if you're watching this, you'll be so happy that we didn't have to fuck up these bottles.
That's all. You want to switch again?
Yeah, of course.
Please.
Of course.
All right.
What am I here for, man?
Let's down the blue flame and then talk about something that's going on at Universal this year that I know Joey's fucking hyped about.
It smells terrible.
All right.
It does smell
You got to
terrible.
stop smelling it, man.
Yeah, well, you
First one smelled
you got a-
good.
you got a weird smeller.
That was just as bad.
Oh.
In fact, I think that was worse.
Oh, I see why they call it
That
flame.
was worse, yeah.
All right, I'll give you a better tasting one after, guys.
Oh my god, that wasn't like spicy, but it like burned my throat. Like I'm not even exaggerating. Like usually it's just like a burn. That one was
No,
it
that's
lingered.
like
Yeah, it expanded.
Honestly, for me, so far, it's just like
Blue
the
flame.
taste of the moonshines.
Ugh.
Cool. Yeah, not only is it Friday the 13th, which is why I brought the Jason mask, but Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, Florida, just announced their third haunted house for this year's 2025 haunted Horror Nights. And it's Friday the 13th. But not just Friday the 13th, they're calling it the Jason universe. So that spans all like 11 of his movies. So as a Friday the 13th fan, I'm fucking hyped.
It's weird because like isn't the only non Friday the 13th movie Freddy vs. Jason?
There's another Friday the 13th, a remake in 2009.
No, but I'm saying like they're calling it the Jason verse, right?
The Jason universe, yeah.
But like I mean, technically speaking, he's not actually in the first one, right?
Yeah, he's not,
'Cause
but
it's the mom,
they could. The whole location is
Okay.
Jason, yeah. But I'm so excited for it, and what's funny is that I was putting my students to sleep, like it. I mean, go to bed, motherfucker. Choking them out. No, it's preschool. It's preschool, guys.
Nap time.
So it was.
he
nap
used the
time.
moonshine, guys. It's okay.
Yeah, we use moonshine to put the kids to sleep. But my students are getting their beds ready. They're laying down, and my sister calls me. So I'm like, what the hell? So I pick up. I'm like, hello, and she's like, are you busy right now? And I said, I'm about to not be busy in a little bit, but I'm still kind of doing things. What's up? I just sent you Halloween Horror Nights next house. They just announced. I want to hear your reaction. And I said, all right, let me open it without looking, because sometimes the thumbnails spoil it, the reels. Yeah. So I turn my phone over, and I'm like trying to like click it without looking, and I hear music playing. So I'm like, all right, I did it. So I'm watching it. It's the introduction. And as soon as I saw the Camp Crystal Lake sign, I went, oh my God, oh my God. And my sister starts cracking up. She's on speaker. She was like, we need to go. We need to go. This is going to be so awesome.
That's
So we're excited. There's still like 4 houses they've yet to announce.
And there was the ones that they already announced too that were right up your alley too. What were they?
Yeah, they've announced Five Nights at Freddy's, to which I'm a fan, but
there was another
not
one.
a diehard.
What was it?
Fallout, the video game
That's what it was,
series.
yeah.
They announced Fallout, but they're basing it more on the TV series because I think
It's
it's
more
more
popular,
mainstream and
yeah.
more popular.
Right.
But it's the Fallout universe. So what I'm expecting to see in the Fallout universe is a lot of raiders, dark hallways. You feel like you're underground, and giant insects.
Things
That's
fucked up by radiation.
It's actually kind of cool.
Giant
You know,
insects fucked up by radiation is something that was in Fallout a lot.
That's scary.
That is terrifying. I would not play.
There's
on
a
that
whole.
like that.
There's actually in the game. There's different vaults that you can find while exploring. There's one vault that was testing with praying mantises, and when you go inside the vault, the entire vault is just filled with like dog-sized praying mantises just
Ew.
wandering about.
Fuck that.
That vault made me itchy, man. I was playing the game, and every time you hear that.
No, there's something like,
I was like,
gross about Fallout enemies. Like even the humans are like
They're all
dirty.
gross. Yeah, they're dirty.
Like grosser than Borderlands by far. They're just all
Yeah.
filthy.
Filthy. There's super mutants. So there's even people that are like, they got like skin peeled off because of the radiation. They call them ghouls, I think. And they have like deep voices, and they're like all one of the characters in the TV show that they show a lot is he's one of the ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy, man. That game is crazy. So to see it in person, I think is gonna be really dope.
That's fire. So that if you go to Halloween Horror Nights this year, you have a chance to meet Joey from Team Joystick.
I'll be there. You can
Meet and
I'll
greet.
sign autographs.
Yep.
I'm a chill guy.
We put them by like the like I know when I went, I forget, I don't even remember what year I went. I think it was like 2019 when I went to Halloween Horror. I don't remember what year it was, but I remember they had like the main like haunted houses. And then they had like some other ones, you know, that were like in like like hangars essentially, and it was like, this is the history of monsters, and I'm like, what the? And it was like Dracula and Frankenstein and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
They get experimental.
yeah,
there was one about the Tooth Fairy, a horror haunted house based around the Tooth Fairy.
I remember when I went, it was Purge themed.
Ooh.
So it was like there was like the scare zones, and literally there were just dudes with like fucking axes and shit, and I'd be like, I don't want to walk over there.
We're allowed to kill you today.
Yeah, watch out, there's no laws today. I'm like, dude.
No laws here.
I'm like, dude, if I vape over there, they're gonna kick me out. Like,
There's no laws today. Is it because it's the purge? No, it's because it's Florida.
Ron DeSantis.
And speaking of,
Hold on, before we cut to that, can I give a shout out to my cousins Ralphie and Jailene? Because they would go to Halloween Horror Nights with their dad ever since they were like super little.
where do they live?
They live in Florida.
All right, yeah, you can't because I can segue off it. Go ahead.
Yeah, they live in Florida. We'll segue off that. But they have the most hilarious photo of them standing in front of the Silent Hill sign when it was a Silent Hill themed house. Mm-hmm. So here's a picture of like a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old standing in front of the Silent Hill house. They're smiling. They're Latino, so they're like brown skinned. They're just smiling like in front of a Silent Hill sign. And I love that picture. And they share it like all the time on their social media because of how funny it is.
Adorbs. All right. Now, speaking of Florida.
Yeah. Hold on, segment.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of Florida, there's a
apple pie.
I'm
More
not gonna
moonshine.
do this.
You said that as enthusiastically as I read it. Fucking yeah. Speaking of, well, as we drink this apple pie, speaking of America, we're in some interesting times right now, man.
Yeah.
So for those of you who might be watching in a different country, which is probably a whopping one of you, hey, we'll take it.
I mean, based on the numbers, there's a few.
Yeah.
There's a few.
There was one.
I shouted out my cousins. They're watching it.
There was like one India, 2 Pakistan.
Yeah, I was about to say we did have a group of Indian viewers at one point.
Oh,
but but regardless, yeah, we're in some interesting times because well, I won't get through the whole thing because I'm not about to lay down a whole brief history of recent American politics.
Pull out
but
the phone and shit.
more specifically, what I am alluding to is the military parade that is going to be happening in Washington, D.C. tomorrow, or when you're watching this,
Right. It will
last Saturday. So for those of you who don't know or didn't know, it's weird to say this because you're watching this 3 days after the fact or 4 days after the fact, but there's going to be a military parade in Washington, D.C. that is technically supposed to be for the Army's 250th anniversary, but it also just happens to be President Trump's birthday.
Oh, it's like the weirdest thing.
And he's also gone on record saying that he actually appreciates how other countries like North Korea put on parades for their president's birthdays and shit like that. So it's like easy now. And then with the riots going on in LA, let's just get this out of the way. So
Apple pie.
Cheers. It's gonna taste just
Hopefully
like
Tastelin doesn't taste.
It smells like cinnamon.
Okay,
That one's good.
that's fine. That one's
What
good.
does it taste like?
Honestly,
apple pie,
like
honestly.
apple pie.
Yeah.
Literally like a McDonald's apple pie.
It's the best one so
That's
far.
good. That's real good.
That's pretty solid. Put that right there. But yeah, long story short, due to the LA riots, President Trump was like, anybody who protests at the DC parades is going to be met with what he said would be very heavy force. And then naturally, the entire country said bet, and all 50 states are going to be protesting. And it's called the No Kings movement?
No
right?
King's Day.
So yeah, it should be an interesting time. I don't know what's gonna go down. I have this this feeling like something's gonna go down. I'm not trying to be like overly dramatic, or I don't think anything crazy's gonna happen.
It'll be newsworthy. I just obviously, hopefully, like nothing.
No, yeah, I'm not saying that like the Capitol's gonna burn down, but I'm saying like it's
Right.
some major publication referred to it as what could potentially be the beginning of the Second American Revolution, and I was like, oh, I'm here for it. That sounds dramatic as fuck.
Yeah, word.
I'll be a part of that. But
Well, who are we revolting? Revolting against ourselves?
technically, honestly,
Technically,
speaking,
yeah, we're revolting against ourselves.
at least our government, right?
That's like.
the American civil.
It's not like
Then
not.
that'd be a civil. Then it'd be civil war.
I mean,
then.
look, preface,
It'd be
we've never
Civil
really
War.
talked about politics before, but I guess we should leave it for the drinking episode.
All right.
But I don't think it's necessarily a problem with our government's systems. It's more a sense of like, We need to get these
I mean,
old
even
fucks
that,
out of here.
I mean,
Yeah, word.
even the system, I would say, is kind of fucking busted.
I would argue even the mayoral race in New York City is pretty like indicative of what's going on in our country right now.
Yeah.
How like everybody for the most part, in our demographic, in terms of our age range, would want somebody like Mamdani to win because he's trying to not just look out for our age group, but literally look out for the betterment of all the citizens in New York City. Very socialist aspect. And then he's surrounded by all these old heads that are like, nah, we just want to keep New York the same way.
And now I'm gonna visit Israel on my first day.
Yeah, it's like,
Fuck out of here.
and like my whole thing is it's just another scary thing because obviously there's two sides to that coin. Like there's even my mom and my dad, like they have their own takes on who they want to vote for because they've seen candidates in the past who have done
Said
things.
this and
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. So it's like at the end of the day, you vote for who you want. But what I'm trying to say is it'd be nice to see somebody in power who's looking out for people of our age demographic. You know what I'm saying? So
And people are gonna hit you with the Bernie comparable.
yeah, that's
where
fine.
Bernie never got the elect
Yeah.
to be the president. So the same thing with our guy. They're gonna be like, oh, people aren't gonna vote for him.
Yeah.
So we're gonna end up with fucking non-scole sed vitae,
Yep.
Mr. Andrew Cuomo.
Mr. Mayor. Then look, like I'm not super mad about it, but it's not who I want.
Hey,
Yeah.
touching my sausage, like
I'm not a pervert. I'm Italian.
yeah, literally. He's like, I make euphemisms towards my dick. I don't actually
Yeah,
like.
it's my calzone.
Yeah, hey, this is like.
But
Bada bing, bada
fucking
boom.
stay tuned for Saturday. I do hope things are civil.
I'm vibing at home, so
But yeah, same. Literally, I'll be chilling with Jose in my room.
yeah.
So that's.
I will be watching a live stream of something.
I'll be watching a live stream of that
Yeah.
on the news. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be my.
Is the guy from Three Doors Down has cancer, so they will not be performing, and Donald Trump is actually upset about it, and so am I. So, let me just put that out there. All right,
You know what it is, right?
because I'm here without you, baby.
It's that exposure to kryptonite. That shit is radioactive.
I'm still on my
It's,
lonely
sad.
mind. I think about you, baby.
Can we give a shout outs to Paperboy?
You love me, but you don't. That was a jam. Remember that one?
Oh, they're all good, bro. Fucking Duck. I know Duck and Run. No one knows Duck and Run.
I don't
bro.
know Duck and
Yeah.
Run. I don't.
I don't know.
Duck and Run's a good song.
I was gonna say, can we give a shout outs to Paperboy for wearing clown face makeup on his
Paperboy Prince. Shout outs.
bro,
Technically still in the race.
still in the race.
I
Crazy.
want to also just, I'm going to say, there's also some tensions going on in the Middle East, specifically with
Oh yeah,
Since when?
right?
that's crazy. Anyways,
new.
do you want another shot?
That's a funny point.
What?
And prep that one because I'm moving into a new
Since the beginning
topic.
of time.
So what are we drinking here?
You
Ooh,
know,
are
hey,
those
hey,
pecans?
Hey, guys! If I was
Butter
there,
pecan.
I feel like I ran away from that.
This looks like it's gonna kill Jerry.
What is that?
This is butter pecan.
Ooh. Let me see the ingredient list.
Yeah.
Yo,
Let me know if I gotta pull out the, lactate.
Oh, even I'm gonna need it, bro. Fuck that.
Contains dairy,
Yeah.
milk, and cream.
Oof. Half and half.
You want to skip it?
Nah, I'll pull out the. I got the.
Jerry got the
whose is
emergency
this?
Yeah,
lactate.
the tactical lactate, bro.
Yo, you get to pull it out on the pod. That's sick, bro. That's sick.
The tactical.
So yeah, there's tensions in the Middle East, specifically with a little country named Israel. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I mean, we're not. I mean, America is actually
Yeah.
not having tensions. In fact, we're the ones doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't think America has the tension.
But the only reason I mention that is to segue. Technically,
That's fine.
Do it.
Oh,
the only reason I
fill it up a
mention
little
that is to segue technically two movies that I watched today, or not today, this week.
Speaking of this,
That some people might argue could be pro-Israel. I'm not. It's not really. They're just movies that celebrate, Jewish culture. So that's why I want to bring it up. No, the first one, which I don't actually want to talk
good
about,
one?
I just Jesus Christ. Yeah, we'll make
No,
it.
just dripping. Sorry.
We got it. God, this fucking tablecloth. All right, ready?
these pores are getting.
Salut. Can we down this
Salut.
one?
Salud.
All right. Jesus.
Drink your puddles.
Tastes like coffee.
I like that.
I like it.
That was a messy one though.
Well, it was only messy because I didn't bring the top.
That was good. That was like a good holiday one.
It is really, really good actually.
It's creamy.
That's actually a good alcohol to mix with coffee.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
like a Bailey's type of thing.
He suggested mixing it with ice cream.
I can see that too.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
So long story short, I watched two movies that are pro-Jewish. The first one I watched is a little classic called You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Haven't watched that movie since I was a kid. Watched it with Mildred. Was very curious to see her reaction. Have you guys ever seen that movie?
No.
I have seen that movie.
So you know how stupid it is, right?
It's completely idiotic.
Real quick, the gist is Adam Sandler plays an Israeli counter-terrorist named the Zohan.
Wait, who?
Adam Sandler.
Okay.
The villain is John Turturro, who plays a Palestinian terrorist named the Phantom.
Yeah.
But the whole twist is that the Zohan, Adam Sandler's character, really just wants to be a hairstylist. Yes.
Honestly, I would say that this movie is like top 5 dumbest movies.
I gotta watch it then.
Like Zoolander,
me.
I would say Zoolander is like fucking like
Mildred gave
beauty.
it a 9 out of 10.
It's fucking hysterical. Yeah,
And it's not just because it's fun. It's just like the movie knows what it's trying to be. So it's not trying to be like this Oscar-worthy performance, but what it's trying to be, like, it fucking hits. It's a great movie. It's really good. And honestly, it's kind of indicative of the times we're in.
I was about to ask, does it age like fine wine?
A little bit, because like part of it is literally how like when he comes to New York City and he sees how Israelis and Palestinians interact like in New York City, like they still have conflicts, but they don't care as much. It's not like how, and they all agree that they want the fighting to stop and shit like that. So that's kind of like a timely thing. But again, Zohan wasn't technically the movie I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about a 10 out of 10 film.
Oh, sugar.
And that is DreamWorks' second animated movie, The Prince of Egypt.
That's a great movie.
I have not watched
Never
The Prince
even heard
of
of it.
Egypt. Oh, man.
That's a great movie.
So I did some digging. So I haven't watched this movie since I was 3 years old. And in fact, I think when we went to watch it, I may have fallen down the stairs and my parents had to take me to like an emergency dentist because like my mouth was all fucked up because I was super little. The point is, it is an animated movie that somebody at Disney actually wanted to make based on the Book of Exodus in the Old Testament. So it's about, the story of Moses and how he liberates the Hebrew people. And when I found that out, I just thought it was fucking hilarious that Disney was like, "Oh, you want to make a Jew movie? I don't know about that." Fucking
Yeah.
But then, of course, he starts DreamWorks, and they make it, and it becomes like one of the greatest animated films ever made. The voice cast is like stupid, like fucking dumb. It's like Val Kilmer, Ray Fiennes, Michelle Pfeiffer, fucking Steve Martin Short, Sandra Bullock. So it's like
just stacked for no reason.
Exactly. Yeah, and they're all given like 110%.
The singing is great.
The singing is fantastic.
Before auto-tune, so this is like authentic.
It's not like a kid's movie either. It's like it's haunting. It's really, there's scenes in this movie that are genuinely terrifying, like the plagues of Egypt and shit like that. They're not made to look cartoony or funny in the slightest. Like all the biblical elements are taken very seriously. It almost feels like you're watching as close to a live action movie as you can get while still watching an animated film.
Yeah, word.
I was just really blown away at watching this film as an adult. I was like, whoa, like I could not believe it. The scenes like where obviously Moses parts the Red Sea or where the final plague of Egypt hits the initial Passover in Egypt. It's just insane the amount of work that went into making this movie. And I'm almost mad I didn't watch it sooner again. Like I'm going to be rewatching this movie a couple of times going forward because it's just like, it's weird. Like, The Road to El Dorado. I've seen that movie like 15 times.
My sister loves that movie.
And that's a great movie too. It's made by the same like people for the same studio, but that one's way more cartoony. It's way more for kids. It's way more like adventure-y, right? But going back to watching Prince of Egypt, it's like, this is a fucking movie. Yeah. So honestly, like I think I added it to my top 100 list. Like it was one of the few, like I haven't added a movie to my top 100 list in months, but I saw that one and I was like instant. That might be like a top 15 movie for me.
It really is a good movie. And I remember when I was in college, there was a girl that was in my like show that I was doing for theater was singing the songs and I like joined in with her like the chorus and she was like, "You know that movie?" I was like, "Bro, that's a fire movie. Like, it's a really good movie." And I didn't think it was that niche because I kind of saw memes about it and other people talk about it. But I'm glad you rewatched it because it really is a good movie.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, 10 out of 10. Go watch Prince of Egypt. It's great.
Yeah, I just looked it up because I wasn't sure what it looked like. And when I was younger, I didn't really like that art style. But I think now I like it more. Like I can appreciate it.
It's probably because you've seen so much of the CGI shit.
Right.
Got oversaturated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a good rewatch. We're gonna watch it with Jerry.
I want to talk about one more real quick thing because I know Dylan has something he's been leaving for the end of the podcast, and I am excited to hear what it is because Dylan always brings some fun little stuff. It's weird to wait this long for Dylan to bring his point, right?
Usually in the beginning, yeah.
But then again, we haven't had Joey in a long time. So the only thing I want to mention real quick. Why don't you bring out next bottle?
The next 2 bottles are ice cream flavors.
Okay. That's a nice spin-off butter pecan.
So, do you want some... I'm just gonna show you.
Yeah, just give us the next one.
We got mint chocolate. We got mint chocolate chip and Rocky Road.
Ooh.
So what do you
Rocky
guys...
Road is my favorite ice cream flavor. So I say I want to start mint chocolate chip and leave that for last. But that's
Jerry,
Let's do it.
mint chocolate chip it is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also,
I'm curious.
people hate the slander that goes against mint chocolate chip as a flavor.
I don't
Yeah.
understand it myself.
It's
I know
a lot of slime.
Like, I know people relate mint to like toothpaste and shit
Yeah.
like that, but I'm like, it's a good fucking
I don't
flavor.
like
Toothpaste
it.
tastes good.
I don't like it, but if people like it, it's one of those things where I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Like I would get mad at pineapple on pizza, but I wouldn't get mad at mint chocolate chip.
Ooh.
Like
At this point, I would try pineapple on pizza. I've
It's-
been a growing fan of pineapple.
It's fine.
I just
It's
don't know if I
fine.
want to combine it.
Yeah.
All right, salud. This looks like matcha.
It's
Salud.
green.
Very green for a Shrek party.
That was pleasant.
Yeah.
That was really pleasant.
It
It was
was.
like I was drinking a cup of Junior Mints.
Yeah.
It was very good.
That was a good one.
That was very good. All right.
They are getting better.
Last thing I just wanted to mention real quick. It's not a big segment or a big chapter. I watched, I've been getting back into the Paint Explainer. Love those videos. You just kind of like learn a bunch of random facts about a specific topic. But I was watching one of the most mind-blowing coincidences in history. And some of these were like kind of nuts.
Oh, I've seen this video.
So just to name a couple,
I love this.
there was one about King Umberto, I think of Italy. So the king of Italy back in like the 1900s went to go eat at a restaurant somewhere in Italy. And when the restaurant owner came to serve him his food, they were both like, what the fuck? Because they looked exactly alike. So they decided to sit down and have a talk. And they found out that they were born on the same day of the same year in the same town, had the same name. They went on to marry women with the same names. They had sons with the same name.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, what the fuck? So he invited him to like a party. They were boys after that. And then years later, the restaurant owner, Umberto, was killed in like a shootout. He wasn't the target, but he was like in the crossfire. And they told the king, and he was like really saddened about the news. So he went out for like a royal thing, and the same day he got shot and was killed in like an assassination. So they like died on the same day too. So that's fucking
Weird.
crazy.
Wild.
A little one, I didn't know this. I didn't know that 3 of the first 5 American presidents died on July 4th, with 2 of them dying on the same July 4th, John Adams and Thomas Jefferson. Yep. But because back then news traveled very slow, it took a very long time for people to actually put that together. And they were like, holy shit, like that actually happened. What else do we have here? We have fucking... a guy survived both atomic bombs. He's the only person that Japan like officially recognized as having survived both. He was on a business trip in Hiroshima when the first one went off. He survived because he was 1.9, I think, miles away. And then he traveled back to his home of Nagasaki to tell people about it when the second bomb hit, and he was, again, exactly 1.9 miles away, and he survived both of them.
Wild.
And then only died of stomach cancer at like 95. So he lived like a long life.
He lived a
after
long
that.
life.
So that was crazy. Freaking, this one was really cool, low key. I'll leave this one for last because I thought that was crazy. There was one of 2 family members, I think 2 brothers, that both died riding mopeds in the Bahamas. The first brother drove his moped, got hit by a taxi driver, and that's how they died. And then I think like a year or 2 later, his brother was driving a moped in the same street, got hit by the same taxi driver, and the same passenger was in the taxi as when the first brother got hit. And then the last craziest coincidence of all time, which I thought was absolutely insane. I never knew this until now. I never knew that Abraham Lincoln's oldest son was at a train station, I think in like New Jersey or something like that, and was in a large group of people when he accidentally fell into the train tracks when a train was coming, and a man extended his hand to help him up. That man was Edwin Booth, the older brother to John Wilkes Booth, who would later go on to kill his father, Abraham Lincoln. Where it gets even crazier than this, and I never knew this, Edwin Booth at the time was a really famous American theater actor. So even after the assassination, bless you, of Abraham Lincoln, he was still considered like a friend to the United States and to the government. So they continuously invited him to presidential like parties and events. And at these events, he also witnessed the assassinations of McKinley and the other president who got assassinated at that time. And it was just such a weird amount of coincidences that he decided to stop going to presidential events because it spooked him out so much. Like he thought he was like a bad luck omen or something. But fucking insane.
I mean, yeah, yeah. If you're related to the guy who murdered Abraham Lincoln, yeah, I would be.
Right.
I would.
I'm staying clear from any
People start
presidential.
looking at you kind of funny.
I'm staying far away from Washington D.C. for sure.
The president dies and everyone just kind of turns and looks at you. You did this, right?
But yeah, shout out to some of the craziest coincidences in history. Just wanted to share them because I thought they were pretty fun.
Well, I don't know if this is a coincidence, but just recently that plane crash from going to London, there's one survivor.
That's not a coincidence. That's just crazy. That's just nuts.
That's one survivor out of the
insane.
whole plane crash.
I'm not
I
gonna.
remember there was a lot of people saying like, oh, he jumped out of the plane at the right time, and I think it turned out that he like just got knocked out in the plane or something like that, and he just woke up around bodies.
That's
yeah,
insane.
that's usually how it happens. Yeah.
Could you imagine? That's fucking terrifying.
I didn't believe it at first, and then afterwards, when they posted his boarding pass, I was like, "Oh, nope, that was him." Crazy.
Yeah,
They have his boarding pass?
Like it was a picture of him.
Where did
with
he sit?
11A.
The seat where he said his brother was on the plane, didn't make it, but
Oh, shit.
yeah. Shout outs to coincidences. And now let's move on to Dylan's final topic of the day, which I'm very curious to find out. I
want
felt like
ice
a
cream.
moderator this episode.
Yeah.
I want ice cream.
Rocky Road. Let's hit it.
Yeah. Andrew Cuomo took money from no. So guys, I have some bad news. I've relapsed.
What are you playing?
Yeah.
Is it Overwatch?
No. Yeah. Well, I have.
Okay.
And that's
A different
it's fine.
story.
It's fine. That's fine. I limit to myself a few games a day. I'm talking about a different game, a game that I have not indulged in at all. Because I've relapsed in watching videos to fall asleep. Because I kind of tricked myself into being like, oh, bed means sleep. So lately I've been good. But, this past week it's been difficult to sleep. So I've been watching some gaming content. And I found out some a unique type of game on the computer. On the computer type software. And can you guys guess what crypto gaming might be?
Crypto gaming.
Crypto gaming.
Is it
Like the super dog?
Like you win cryptocurrency for winning things?
So
Like you win like Dogecoin or something.
Let's do a shot.
It was like I used to play a game like that called like Blankos or some shit like
So that was the start of it. That was the first NFT game.
Solid flavor right there.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, I think I actually prefer the mint chocolate chip, but that's pretty good actually.
that one burnt a little bit more.
But yes, what have you relapsed in?
Well, no, I mean watching the videos. That's what I relapsed in.
Gotcha.
But crypto gaming, right? So it's essentially video games where instead of earning in-game currency, you earn actual real-life currency.
Yay.
That's not real, I guess.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound completely legitimate, guys?
No.
Doesn't that sound not like a complete scam?
Yeah.
It is a complete scam.
Yeah, of course.
It is directly one-for-one set up like a multi-level marketing scam, like a pyramid scheme.
But in a game.
But it's a video game. So, like, there's this one company named Gala Games. So I'm talking about it now, too, because it's like...
It's like if you beat level 10, you become a super member.
Not even. It's a lot worse than that. So it's good now because a lot of these companies are going bankrupt. NFTs are, like, useless now. They're, like, worthless. A lot of people aren't buying them now, So it is kind of, like, a lesser thing now. Less people are losing a lot of their money, but the numbers in like the millions and millions of money that people have wasted on not only cryptocurrency but cryptocurrency video games.
Yeah.
So there's this one company named Gala Games who like they're one of like the last remaining ones. Almost every company has like gone bankrupt or gone under, but they're like the remaining ones. So a lot of their games are like think of like Farmville. Or like adventure capitalist,
Those like
Mafia
Zynga,
City.
those like Zynga games.
all Zynga, Yoville, what's this shit? Raid Shadow Legends,
I get it.
auto games, This company makes all of those. So essentially how it would be is like you're growing crops and it's like an idle game. And then like you need to buy an NFT and that like boosts your stuff to grow faster. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And the reason why it's like, why would you want to grow that faster? And it's like, because if you're in the top 900 on the leaderboard, then you get like a percentage of like, but it's a worthless cryptocurrency, right? So you're like, I got 5,000 fuck bucks, right? But then it turns out that that's only $11. And in order to get that $11, you had to buy $500 of NFTs and spend $60 on the game. So it's like fucking Avon, right? So it's like, and you know, you might be thinking, hey, how are they getting away with this? They're not. But also, like, they're very upfront with it. There's fine print literally everywhere. There's the amount of warning labels that they throw at you that are like, guys, you will not make money. Like, they're telling you, but it's like, it's their fault, right? They're the scammers, right? But I'm almost taking their side a little bit. Where
like if you're stupid enough to fall for it,
like,
someone's gonna.
This has been a scam since like the 50s. This has been a scam since like the 1300s with like snake oil.
Since business existed.
Wait, this is a fucking drink that cures everything. Okay, I'm gonna believe you. Like, I don't know. Like, when it comes to, like...
He's getting ranty.
I'm done.
He's been drinking.
The
orb is falling. Ah!
I'm not that crazy. No, but I would just say that it's like, you know, that never works. Like, take a step back. And it's like, if someone is selling you something, you're the consumer. There's no other, like, oh, now I'm in. And now I'm, like, going to sell this stuff that... No.
Yeah, you don't become the producer.
You, like, literally, like, Avon was the same shit. It's like, oh, you can make this money selling perfume from home. But they just sold you the perfume. That's it. It's over. The transaction is complete. You have lost your money. And now it's like, and now it's like, that's the scam. It's not even that you got scammed. It's like, oh, now it's like, this cryptocurrency is going to make money if I get these other people to play this shitty game.
I'll buy some Hawk Tool coin.
Yeah. And if you do want to buy crypto, just like, take the money you get from work and like buy cryptocurrency. Don't, play a Destiny clone or
that's wild.
A Texas Hold'em game.
Just buy some Roblox stock instead.
Yeah.
You need another cup.
That's the easiness.
I'm just drunk.
Yeah, I'm like very drunk.
I scratched my chest. You're
telling me.
I was itchy and I scratched my chest and I didn't feel my chest. Like, I'm like, whoa, it's fucking crazy.
Sweaty.
Well, it's okay because there's only one more left.
And we're going into Jam and Yam.
Really?
So
that's crazy.
We did better this time, right?
I feel like I haven't even felt it.
Fucking let's go. Let's do it.
All right, 8 more shots, Jerry. Let's go.
Let's do it.
I'm down.
This is the last one. It is a straight bourbon whiskey aged
6 years.
Aged for 6 years. 6 años.
Jerry's me outside of Papaya Dog when I said I could eat 20 hot dogs. And I'm like, I definitely couldn't eat 20 fucking hot dogs.
Well, I could have eaten 20 of them.
Yo, I could eat 20 because it was like so easy.
Dylan's gone.
Please don't give me as much as you gave Dylan. I'll take
the last one.
I'll take a small, like half that.
I gotta take a shower. Like, that's where we're at right
sweating,
now.
dude.
I'm like over the last 10 minutes, like this light has gotten brighter.
I was gonna say the fucking doors
You blamed
closed.
it on me being drunk when I said it was
Don't worry, the AC's on
No,
upstairs.
Jerry said you were high.
You know what's cool? We don't even have to clean this up. We just go upstairs and fucking chill.
Yeah, word.
What is this one?
This is just straight up bourbon whiskey
I like
aged
that.
6 years.
Saving it for the
Guys,
end.
it's Jam
I
Yam Bam
appreciate
Slam
that.
time. Salud. Let's talk some music and down our last shot.
Salud.
Salud. Thank you to Old Smoky and Tennessee Whiskey.
I love you guys.
This is whiskey, That was good.
Glad that's a man's drink.
Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hit as hard now. We got through like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8. Let me get the 8th.
No,
Put it up
this is
there.
the 8th.
Put it
All
up
right,
there.
what's your
Put a bottle up there.
Oh,
Come on, we got to finish the whole gang.
don't break it.
So people can see what we did.
It's a nice
Put it
bottle.
next to the fucking... Come on.
It doesn't fit.
It's for a second. There you go. Bam.
There you go.
Perfect. All right. Jam, Yam, Bam, Slam time. Who's got song?
I
got one.
Oh, go ahead, Jerry. Shit.
My song of the week, it's going to be a song off the 2012 Gojira album. It's called Born in Winter. It's kind of a vibe. It starts kind of low and slow, and then it gets loud.
Fire.
I'm stuck on 2 songs for my slam, but I went to go see a band called Obskuros.
What? What, bro?
Look at that. That guy's cool.
What?
2 bands. They're called Obskuros.
Bobby wasn't
And
ready for
it's-
Bong Julio, bro.
Yo.
And the song is called Drive or Perilous. Perilous. Yeah.
Powerless?
Perilous?
Perilous.
Like parallel?
Like
Yeah.
perilous.
paralysis.
Paralysis. Yeah,
Oh.
there we go. I'm drunk.
Paralysis.
I was like, I thought he was trying to say paralysis. I didn't know.
You've been diagnosed with paralysis.
For that, I pick Dry. Fuck you.
Okay.
The song is Dry by Obskuros.
Tomorrow.
Brings, I'll be there. My jam of the week is gonna go to a very talented woman. Her name is Yvette Young. She's
That's
not
my mom,
young.
bro.
She's like 30 or something.
Bro, she plays everything, bro.
She does
She
play
plays,
everything.
like, every
If it has a
fucking
string,
instrument.
she fucking plays it. You know the band Covet?
Yes.
She's the main guitarist for Covet.
Lit.
She's
She
badass.
plays violin. She plays fiddle.
She sings. She's got a
That's
song
sick.
out called Out of Sight, Out of Mind that just came out, and it's fucking dope because it's her doing the math rock guitar stuff, and then she also she like programs her voice to do all the cool guitar stuff that she does too. So shout out, it's a cool song. A lot of celebrities in the video too.
Dope.
Nice. I was originally gonna pick a song from the new Turnstile album.
That's a good album. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet.
Summer of Turnstile.
It's weird. I mean, they're very like psychedelic now. It's like
Yeah.
half psychedelic, half we're gonna murder you.
I
you know?
watched the performance that they did on the Tonight Show, and I was very surprised with the sound they were going with.
Because the weird thing is that kind of was their sound too. Like if you go all the way back, it was very hardcore punk, but then you'd see like him like doing like a kind of like Spanish dance or whatever. I'm gonna pick Candela from the Buena Vista Social Club, which recently won a bunch of Tonys.
Yeah, word.
I saw this show live, and they also did a Tiny Desk.
And you spoke very highly of it.
Yeah, you
It was
did.
fucking beautiful.
I'm glad you liked
There's
it.
even a point in the Tiny Desk where like the dude does like the guitar solo from the live performance, and it's like the same dudes. Like even the dudes in the back that are like playing the drums, it's the same guys that were on stage. I'm like, I saw them. But yeah, fucking good song.
Dope.
Fucking dope, man. Art
Fuck,
Art is
Putting them
dope.
on like that.
let's go. Let me just get a little video of these little models right here, little promotional content.
Wow.
There's Dylan scratching his face. Spinny logo. Thanks for watching the Joystick Show, episode 244. We really appreciate it, and we can't wait for you to see more. When you watch the next episode, you'll be laughing on the floor, and I promise you that we will not be a bore. 245
Okay,
will
Mr.
definitely be a score. We're gonna leave, and we're gonna go out that door. Unfortunately, you won't see us anymore. Make sure to subscribe for content galore. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Fuck you. Thanks for watching the Joystick Show.
Back.
Yeah.